Hi guys, welcome to Cocinando con los Iwits. Today I'm gonna show you how to make these delicious chilaquiles and salsa verde, green salsa chilaquiles. They are so delicious and easy to make, and you can have them for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, anytime. And I'm also gonna make the over easy eggs and some hot dogs to go with them. As you can see, they look delicious and they taste even better. Okay guys, this is what we're gonna need to make our green salsa chilaquiles. We're gonna need tomatillos. I have here 10 tomatillos, 2 jalapenos, and 1 serrano, and some onion. We're gonna use these to make our salsa. If you want it more spicy, then you add more peppers. If you want it less spicy, you can just put 1 pepper just for flavor. And we are going to boil the tomatillos and the peppers. And before we blend our salsa, I'm gonna add the onion, and I'm gonna add some garlic, and I am going to add some chicken bouillon. This is just like 1 spoon of chicken bouillon and 1 spoon of garlic. I use this garlic. You can use 2 cloves of garlic if you want. Okay, the other ingredients that we're gonna need, of course, are the tortillas, and we're gonna make these ones from scratch, I guess. We're gonna cut them in pieces and we're gonna fry them to make our tortilla chips for the chilaquiles. I'm using around a pound of tortillas. It depends how much you wanna make. I'm making for chilaquiles for 4 people, so I'm using around a pound of tortillas. And I like to make them with yellow corn tortillas because they taste so much better. The other ingredients that I'm gonna use to go with my chilaquiles are some eggs, and we're gonna make these like kind of fry them over easy. We're gonna use some hot dogs. You can get the turkey or any hot dogs you like. And we're gonna use some onion, sour cream, jalapenos because I like jalapenos. And we're gonna use, of course, some oil to fry the tortillas. Okay, these are all the ingredients we need to make our green salsa chilaquiles. Okay guys, we're gonna start with the first step, which is to put the tomatillos in water just to boil them, and the peppers, and we're just gonna put them in a pot with water and we're gonna boil them. Again, I'm not adding the onion right here. I'm gonna add the onion when I'm ready to blend my salsa. Okay guys, I have my peppers and tomatillos here in the stove, and I'm gonna leave them in high, and when they start boiling, then I'm gonna turn turn the heat down to medium, and I'm gonna let them boil until they start changing color. Okay, let's go with the next step. While the tomatillos and jalapenos are boiling, I'm gonna start cutting my tortillas. You can cut it in any shape, and just small pieces or as big as you want them. I'm gonna show you how I do it. Okay, this is the way that I like to cut my tortillas, like around this width, I guess. Not too big, not too small, and I just do like little lines, and then I turn it the other way and I start making the little squares. Not too small, but not too big. This is the size I like them. Of course, you can cut them in any shape. Some people like to cut them in triangles because they look more like the chips, but I like to just cut them like this. And now I'm just gonna put them in this container, and I'm gonna keep cutting my other tortillas. Okay, I have my tortillas already cut. Now I'm gonna put them in the container like I told you, and I'm gonna take them to the stove to fry them. Okay, while my salsa, my tomatillos, and my peppers are boiling, I'm gonna start getting the hot dogs ready. So the way I do it is I do little cuts like this. So when I fry them, because we're gonna fry these too, so when I fry them, they have those little lines that gives it more color, and they just look nicer with the lines. And I used to just fry them like the whole hot dogs and just put them on the plate like that. But now lately I've been cutting them in little pieces because I think they look better, and they're just like individual little pieces that you don't need to cut. You just need to, like, you just eat them. And when it's a whole hot dog, then you have to cut it in pieces. So I've been liking better just to leave the little pieces, and I usually just cut them in 4, so around that size. And I'm gonna show you how it looks when we have the hot dogs like whole, and how it looks when we have the little pieces of hot dogs. And it doesn't matter really, it's just up to you what you want to do. Now I'm gonna get ready the onion, and I'm just gonna cut off the ends and remove the driest leaves. And I'm just gonna chop it in little squares, and this is just to put on top of the chilaquiles when they're ready. So just chop them in little squares. I almost forgot to tell you about one of the most important ingredients, which is queso fresco, and it's needed for the chilaquiles. We're just gonna put it on the top when the chilaquiles are ready with the onion. So we're just gonna cut this queso in little pieces, or we're just gonna make it in like little crumbs. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do with my cheese. I'm just gonna kind of cut it in pieces, bake it in crumbs with my fingers. And this is like the best way to do it with the queso fresco. And I'm gonna keep doing the rest of the cheese. Okay guys, my peppers are boiling and tomatillos. I'm gonna lower the heat a little bit. They're starting to turn color, as you can see. I'm just gonna wait a little bit for the peppers to change color a little bit more. Okay, the peppers and the tomatillos are ready. Now I'm just gonna drain the water, and I'm gonna take them to the blender to blend my sauce. Okay, I'm gonna add to my blender first the onion, the fresh onion that I had ready for my salsa. And then I'm gonna add the garlic, 2 cloves or 1 spoon of the garlic. And then I'm gonna add my peppers and my tomatillos. I'm not gonna add any water. The tomatillos have a lot of water in them, so I'm not gonna add any extra water. Okay, I'm adding the last of the tomatillos, and I forgot to tell you, of course, that I'm gonna add here my chicken bouillon too, and I'm gonna start blending my salsa, everything together. We're gonna keep blending the salsa, and I'm just gonna keep track because I don't want it too blended, but I do want the onion and the garlic and the chicken bouillon to get mixed and to get blended together with the salsa, but we don't want it too blended. Okay guys, I think the salsa is ready. This is the texture that I like, not too blended, just like this, and it's ready to add it to our chilaquiles. Let's go with the next step. Okay, we're gonna start with the next step, which is to start frying my tortilla. I'm just gonna put some oil in here, like around 4 or 5 spoons, whatever you think is enough to fry your tortillas. Okay, my oil is ready. I put a little piece of tortilla to see if it's hot enough, and it is, as you can see. So we're gonna start frying our tortillas. Okay guys, now I'm starting to add my tortillas to the oil. I'm just gonna add all of them, and I'm gonna keep mixing them little by little, not too hard so they don't get too soft and start like mushing, melting together. So I'm just gonna leave them there. I'm gonna add all my tortillas to try to cook them all together at the same time. I'm just gonna keep like kind of moving them slowly like this, turning them so they all kind of fry all together. So we're just gonna fry them until they are a little crunchy. Okay, I'm still frying my tortilla. It's slowly frying, and I just want it to be even, so I keep turning it like this a little bit. It's changing colors and it's starting to get crunchy. And I'm not gonna add any salt here because we already added the chicken bouillon to the salsa, so we don't need to add any salt. If you prefer salt, you can add some. Please don't forget to subscribe and follow us in Cocinando con los Kiwits to get the new recipes. We made the green salsa chilaquiles today because these are my husband's favorite, but we also make the red salsa chilaquiles, and I'm gonna make them one of these days, and I'm gonna put the video in my channel So if you like the red salsa chilaquiles, just don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell so you can get our new videos. While I'm cooking still my tortillas, I'm gonna start getting my pan with oil ready. And this is where I'm gonna fry my hot dogs. And I'm gonna make my eggs too here. So I'm gonna start getting it warm so we can start working on this too. As you can see, my tortillas are starting to get crunchy. They're starting to change color. I don't want them too brown or too burnt. So I'm just gonna leave them like this. They're crunchy. And now at this point, I'm gonna add the salsa. And I had it in high heat all this time while frying my tortillas. Okay guys, my tortillas are ready. So the next step is just to add the salsa, all the salsa in here. As you can hear, it's frying. I'm gonna lower the temperature to low and I'm gonna mix everything together. It smells and looks delicious. Okay, so my chilaquiles are almost ready. I'm just gonna let them sit here a little bit for around 1 minute, just so the salsa cooks a little bit more. And as you can see, we like our chilaquiles with a lot of sauce, so these are perfect and it smells and looks delicious. Okay, we're gonna start with the next step while these just sit here for a minute. Guys, my oil is warm, so I'm gonna turn the volume to medium heat and I'm gonna start adding my hot dogs and I'm just gonna fry them until they turn that more roasted color. Okay guys, I'm cooking my hot dogs and they're already turning this color, like red roasted color, and that's the color that I want all around. So I'm gonna keep turning them so they are roasted, cooked, fried all around. And my chilaquiles are ready. They were sitting there for 1 minute and I'm just gonna turn my stove off and they're ready. I'm just gonna finish the hot dogs and we're gonna cook the eggs and then we're gonna get them ready. Okay, our hot dogs are ready. Look at the delicious color that they all have and they start to open a little bit. So I'm just gonna remove them from my pan. Okay, my oil is already warm because I just took out the hot dogs from here. So I'm gonna start making my eggs right here in this oil where I cook the hot dogs. And I'm just gonna make the kind of over easy fried eggs. I'm just gonna put them like that. You can add some salt and pepper if you want while you're cooking them. And I'm gonna start cooking all of them. I usually put around 4 eggs in my pan and cook them at the same time because it just makes it easier and faster for me. Just make them any way it works better for you. But this is how I make them. Some salt and some pepper. My oil was super hot from cooking the hot dogs, so I lowered the temperature down all the way to low, and if I need it hotter, then I'm gonna start raising the temperature a little bit. Okay, I'm still cooking my eggs and I can move them around to make sure they're not getting stuck to the bottom. You can just keep doing this with the oil and put some oil on the top so it keeps cooking, or you can, if you like it cook more, you can just turn your egg around and then it's gonna cook from both sides. I usually do this for my kids because they like it like this. Okay, my eggs are ready. I'm just gonna start taking them out, and like I said, I turn this around, this one, so it's cooked on both sides, and these ones I just left them like this, so I'm gonna start taking them out. Okay guys, I have my eggs ready, my chilaquiles are ready, so I'm gonna start making my first plate. Look how delicious. They are completely soaked in the green salsa, but they are not like smushy or all melting because we fry them, and the crunchiness just makes the tortilla stay together. Looks and smells delicious, and we're gonna add the other things. We have the chilaquiles here ready. We're gonna add some of the onion, as much as you want. Just gonna put some of the onion right there. Then I'm gonna add some of the queso fresco. Just smells delicious already. I'm getting so hungry. Queso fresco. And we're gonna top it with some sour cream. We love sour cream, so we use this sour cream. You can use the other Mexican style, more watery, I guess, sour cream. It's up to you, whatever you like to use. And I'm gonna add some of the hot dogs too. And this is traditionally how we ate it at home when I was little, with eggs and hot dogs. And it's a delicious breakfast. I'm also gonna add a pepper because I love spicy jalapenos, and I'm just gonna put it right there on the side. You can always skip the pepper or add more if you want. And look how delicious our chilaquiles and salsa verde are ready. Enjoy.